Welcome to the Black Financial Day of the week, the 24th day of November, the year 2021. We are having a one different matters to do with entertainment. We are officially on www.blackfirenetwork.com, and once you do find us on the website, make sure to also create your own profile, like, subscribe, share, and also find us on the official app, which is available on Play Store. It's a Black Fire Network on Google Play Store. When you head over to your Play Store, just search for the Black Fire Network, the one with the white flame, emblem on it, the logo on it, and you will be able to listen to easy music as you go about your business, some R&B, some hip hop.
And we have 35 minutes past 3 p.m. right here in the 254. I don't know about you, but we are looking forward to interacting with you as you tell us how you feel about this particular day. And of course, the best. As Spike said, we are on social media.
Comments as well, and you request music. So guys, feel free to interact with us. My name is Katie and karibuni sana.
Yeah, of course, for being on Awareness Day, we shall be looking forward to interacting with you guys. And also get into Wednesday because it's a Wednesday. I would just like to give a quick shout out to the one and only Nikita Kering, who is a young Kenyan artist who has actually won for her song that she dropped last year. I don't know if you guys knew about Nikita Kering having won this particular award, and are you even actually big into music yourself?
Yeah,
Mama who normally gets to manage her and her
yeah,
music.
yeah. Her mom is a
Advantage, everything has its own merit and its demerits. When it's your mom or when it's your dad actually managing your career, we know that your dad was very, very controlling. And of course, all through the dad was managing her career. But for a young artist like Nikita Kering, I think it's wonderful for her having the support that she is getting from her mom and also being her manager. I tend to believe that she is her current manager, and she has been helping her, reach these heights that she has reached. The Afrima Awards is a world-renowned music award platform. Of course, we also do have other local platforms on the continent, such as the MTV, the MTV Africa Awards. We also do have other different awards that are actually put out there to make sure that they are supporting African talent. And we hope that at the end of the day, we can see more more young talents being supported either by their parents or other individuals coming up, and of course, being as great as Nikita Kering has been in her career. Of course, her song, actually known as Ep, hit a million views. Sometimes back, it hit a million views within a very short period of a time. I do not know of many other Kenyan artists who put out music and in less than a month that it hits 1 million views. But she has been getting massive love and support. I don't know if you have also heard about people attacking Nikita Kering, saying no, she does not really sound Kenyan. People want to see her music from artists such as Nadia Mukami, who might really be labeled as sounding Kenyan. But for Nikita Kering, I really just want to give her a quick shout out
Let me
right
tell
here
you
on the Rhythm
something.
Scoop Show.
Let me tell you something. If you're those kind of people, I've seen people when you see artists, they're trying to do their. You're out there, writing songs all night. You're in the studio all night. You're not even having enough rest. You have to organize how you're going to. The day you're going to produce this audio, maybe the day you're going to shoot the video, then it's finally out. People will be singing onto it, but when you post a picture, maybe or when you're trying now, like you've really gotten successful, like in a way that they never really expected,
yeah.
they start talking about it. They start talking negative energy rather, throwing negative shade at you,
Yeah.
which is so, so bad. For Nikita, I think she's so young. She's 19. And I remember it's you actually who has just read the meme right here. People take it as meme, but I think that is body shaming and also like not appreciating yourself. So you feel like those people do not really appreciate themselves. They take it out on someone else because you don't even like the way you look. So you feel like even the other person
Should not
also
like
also looks bad, which is so has done nothing but given us the good music. Most of us need that, and some of us heal through music. Music is a way of, giving message. Music has been a way that has been used, traditionally as healing and all that stuff. You know, to hell, man. That's all I can
yeah,
say. To
yeah.
hell.
I hate how people sometimes come throwing words to people just because they are making it, and they made it because you did. They made it because of their efforts, yet you didn't expect them to make it. I hate how people behave sometimes, and Kenyans sometimes use your time well to not to be throwing words to others. Use your time at least doing something.
You know what is even worst? What is even worst? You're throwing shades there. You're seated. You have nothing to do. You have a talent which you're seated on, and you're not even doing anything about it. Manze wacheni yo ujinga. Stop that.
What people do
Uh,
normally is that if you have a wonderful voice, for example, let's just use the example of Adele, who is a UK, the artists are from the UK. What was happening is that she was big, but people were actually trying to shame her for her body size and say, no, she's not pretty, or she can seem, but really, she does not really have that body, that model kind of a body. But, she is a singer, she is not a model. So why would people really try compare her with the models? It's the same thing that has been happening with Nikita Kering. She has been happening with other artists as well. with Nikita Kering. And I see what I am talking about when I talk about Nikita Kering and her winning this award in Lagos, Nigeria, because that is why it was organized in Nigeria at the AFRIMA Awards. And you can see the beautiful queen that we are talking. I will be trying to throw shade at her, but I believe she is very, very beautiful. She won big for her song. Like I said, the name of the song is known as X, which actually hit 1 million streams in a very, very short period of a time. Gold Professor, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. We hope that you are doing well. And this is a rhythm scoop show right here on the Black Hot Fan Network Media for the 21st century. And now, of course, this is Nikita Kering right here with her mom. I think she's about 20 right now. I'm not sure. 19?
19. Yeah.
I'm not sure whether. Okay, I'll just be confirming her age, but I thought she was 20. Nonetheless, she has one big, and we are celebrating her right here on the Black
Why
Hot
do
Fan.
people have to overjudge because of your body?
Yeah, that
I've
is.
seen people
Yeah.
judging other people.
Hmm.
I think also personally I've gotten the kind of those kind of perceptions.
Hmm.
We meet with someone, they're like, you look like,
Hmm.
why do you
People don't
have to
have
judge people
misperception and
because of
judge
their
them
body?
based on their bodies, which is a very, very sad. But this is Nikita Kering shining at the AFRIMA Award, which was conducted last, over the last, what was the last weekend, I believe. And we also did have many other big artists winning. Of course, the Saudi Soul winning for the best group, for the best pop group, right here on the continent of Africa. You can see them. You can see them right here in the middle. We also do have Shana Manjeru, who is a young girl. Shana Manjeru might be about 12 years. I think she might be about 12 years. She
10.
also 10.
Yeah.
She's 10. Okay, and she won also an award at the AFRIMA Awards, which is the All Africa Music Award. And it's a wonderful platform to see Kenyan talent getting recognized, not just Kenyan talent, but African talent getting recognized at the end of the day. We also did have the likes of Awila Longoma, being recognized as the African music legend. We also do have Fali Ipupa. These are some of the people that perhaps you would check out and add onto your playlist because they are absolutely jamming. Nikita Karen has a beautiful voice. I will be sharing a little bit of a snippet so that you can hear what she has. Her vocals are extremely, extremely wonderful. And now, of course, let me give you a little video, which is all about art, entertainment, and culture.
Making mistakes, shying away. I would have held you closer if I could. You're better than I could ever taste. Now I'm in love and I'm even wasted. I would have held you closer if I could. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. What if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you look out my way. I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. So don't call me if you like. Look out my way. On top of my game. See you wasting a chance in the corner, like you don't know down and beyond. Yeah, I keep on reminding.
That's a little bit of this snippet by the one and only Nikita Kering. Please do let me know what you feel about her music. For me, I think she is exemplary at what she does, and she should keep on representing for African music globally. Nonetheless, welcome back to the Rhythm Scoop Show right here on the Black Hot Fan Network Media for the 21st century. Today, we shall be talking about a beautiful African language, which is Swahili. And right now, there has been a move by the UNESCO, which has actually singled out a day, which is 7th of July, to celebrate the beautiful African language of Swahili. We shall be talking a little bit about that. But before then, we also do have some news and updates from Kate and Joby as well.
Yeah, for me, I wanted to talk about a matter that I had hinted on earlier, and I think I should still repeat it because I still need a conclusion. And I need Texas, who killed his girlfriend because she got pregnant again. It's like we've been married, then we have like 2 kids, but when I get pregnant again, she killed, the guy killed the lady. And for me, I think this is really, really cried. It is so bad, because I was talking about earlier, I've seen like so many people right now. I've seen cases where men are not trying to get responsible of their actions. You're trying to run away from it, and you find by the time you realize you ran away from it, you did it in a wrong way and in a bad way, which is so crazy. So I don't know, but I think it is a message to men and also to ladies. Be careful of the people, because I've seen ladies trying to rush into relationships, like, it has been a year, you've not even known this person for so long, you're already engaging yourself into something that you don't know how it's going to mess you up. So I think you should take some time, like maybe 3 years. We were talking about that some time back on the written scripture, like how long should it take you for you to settle in with a guy? For me, I think you should take like 3 years, get to know this person, so that you've seen the way he can treat you, or maybe how he can treat the people around you, including even kids, because if someone can kill you because of getting pregnant, and this is their responsibility, then it shows that with the faces, rather with the generation that we're heading on today, men that we expect them to marry us, I don't think we have men then. That is my own.
Yeah, that's really sad, because why would anyone also put other babies? I don't know what number of a child she had a beard, but now these leave some child orphaned, so a child without the mother, and it's a very unfortunate situation like this has happened. You said it's in Texas?
Yeah, it is in Texas.
Okay. Of course, I do hope that the government, all the relevant authorities also get to catch up with this perpetrator of such violence.
And what is even worse about it is that he's a black person, and we talk about black people, like we expect to get married to black people. So what is the action? What do you want ladies to do if you're running away from your responsibility? It's best to leave someone in peace, rather than where we were talking about some time back how couples were killing each other. We had a period where cases like couples are killing each other every time now and then. But this one, I think it is, the worst that I've heard, because someone is pregnant. That is crazy,
Many people get in fights for various reasons, but I do believe that a child is a blessing, and they should have taken it as such. Gold Professor, you asking, glad to hear the broadcast. How are you all doing today? We are doing fantastic, and of course, we are also hoping that you are well wherever you are tuning from. Please let us know where you're tuning from and how your day is going so far. It's actually 10 minutes to 4 p.m. right here in Nairobi. We are broadcasting live from our Nairobi studios, and we hope that everyone is also having a wonderful morning so far. If not, I know eventually things will shape up, and of course, you should continue actually attacking the day with optimism and a whole lot of positivity, because we always do say where your energy goes, where your focus goes, there your energy goes. So I do not know what you might be focusing on today, but put your focus onto the rightful things. We do have just a few more days left to the end of the year. I don't know what you have planned for the holidays. We were asking recently, what are your plans for this particular holiday? I know that there have been some plans. People say that you cannot be able to travel or engage with the holiday plans, if you have not taken the job. And this has had a lot of people confused right here in Kenya, because about 20 million people are in that bracket, the vaccination bracket. But what I would say right now is that this is actually a big setup. Please do not go thinking that because I just now want to travel, go on a small vacation on a holiday, I should now bow to the pressure by the government to go and take this job. I do believe people can have other ways of getting to to engage with it doesn't have even really to travel, because right now they're trying to put these restrictions so that people are not able to travel, so that they can pressure people to getting these what. So I would say that perhaps people should consider other options. If you had to travel and now you're being forced on these, you should of course look at other options, but do not bow to the pressure that is going on. That was a minister for health right in Kenya.
For me, I think that is a national anthem that we're going to sing for now, because mind game. And this is, you can clearly see this is a mind game.
The government.
Yes, we had the president. Let me say the leaders, not the government, because we are the government. The leaders went ahead. We had our president. He went ahead, opened uplifted the curfew, which meant that people can go back to their normals, and everyone was that, everyone thought like, that is it. Yes, they had introduced the whole thing. They had introduced the whole thing. They had introduced, people getting the big ugali shot and everything. Some people got it. We've seen like 2 million people so far have gotten the big ugali shot. But right now, the crazy thing is, after the uplifting of the curfew, and that's what I'm saying is a mind game. The Blinken secretary, the Blinken, the U.S. Secretary, Mr. Blinken came to Kenya, said he's going to solve the pandemic issues. And after him leaving Kenya, now you can see how the pandemic issues have been, settled. Where you don't want to understand, like, okay, why did he have to open the country? Then the visit, then the solving of the case, then this comes. And of course, they know this is a period of where people are traveling, as you say. This is the period people are going for festive seasons. They want to hang around with their families, including children. But they have said right now, for kids at the age in Rwanda and Kenya, 12 to 15, 12 to 15, you get the big ugali shot.
What
is parents, of course, most of them might agree. If you know the truth, you won't.
I do know that people should get to enlighten themselves on what is happening and what is a global agenda. So we will not really get much into that, but I hope that everyone has their plans for this particular holiday. Of course, we do have just 5 more days left to the end of the month of November, and then there is a rush. People visit their families and also organize maybe for tours and trips like that. I do not know what you have planned for this particular year. The holidays are this particular year, but whatever your parliament you are operating in as well. And of course, stay away from the propaganda, because the propaganda going around would really have you operating in fear. And when you're operating in fear, you are actually vibrating at a low frequency, because we all know that the tension and the fear and also the worry, of course, makes you vibrate at a lower level, and you are also not able to live your life to the fullest. Gold Professor, you were saying it's so great to create connections across for the passes. That is a Gold Professor. We thank you so much for taking the time to join us on the broadcast as well. You're saying you're from Southern California, and also Sister Michelle Elzuber, Asante Sana, and Kariba, you're saying morning, grand rising, and I hope family is also well, and of course everything is going on well for you and your family. Today we are discussing about a critical matter, which is the acknowledgement or the embracing of the African languages. On the African continent, we do have over 1,500 languages on the continent. If you go to a country like Cameroon, you'll find about 150 languages. If you go to Nigeria, you will also find about 150 to 200 languages. If you go to Ethiopia, you would find over 70 languages. So like among three countries, you would find about 400 languages. And of course, if you look at the whole continent, you realize that people are divided differently along cultural lines, and for different cultures they have different languages. But right now, the world, the UNESCO has picked a day to celebrate Swahili. Swahili has been the pick for this particular one. On the Blackboard Fire Network last year, we used to have Swahili classes, and we stopped a little bit for a while. But we are going back. We're hoping that next year we can re-embark on the same. And of course, I think for me, this is a good move. I don't know what your thoughts, Katie, and Ajobi might be.
This is a good move. Remember, there was a time where we were talking about ways of unifying Africans.
True.
And we talked about creating a common language. And this is a good move, because this is a way of trying to unite Africans. So that was a good idea.
For me, I think it is also a good move. But again, let us still remember that we have the colonies who have always been fighting us, or rather fighting Africa from uniting. And of course, if we are celebrating Swahili as the continental language, like a purpose, a mass, not like a choice. Which so many, you find that I think there's some time we spoke about, rather maybe Zimbabwe or maybe from Uganda, I understand. But I can say it is a good move, but again, we have the fighters who are still fighting us from Africans not coming together, because this will make Africans unite by understanding each other.
I think also it's a critical move. If we keep on talking about African unity, it's crazy when we do not, have a language that can us together as a people. And I do know that many other languages perhaps might also pop up. You realize when you go to a country, the West, the former French colonies on the continent, most of them have adopted French. Others, the former British colonies on the continent. That is lacking is our sense of pride in our own languages as African people. You will find people coming from a country like Mali, and they have embraced the French language so much. But when you ask them about their pride in their own local languages, people do
They
not have a
don't
pride in the
know.
same. And now, of course, I think this is actually a good move. It is very sad that we have to be shown the importance of having or celebrating the languages by the UN, because the UNESCO is an organ of the UN, and this is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, which are settled on a day to celebrate the languages of Africa. It's the first language in them. The second, there is also some challenges to this. You even have a day, but people on the ground eager to embrace it.
So that makes me like
A problem.
international holiday.
But again, there's the question you've asked. Are
Mm,
people ready to embrace this? Are they ready to
mm, mm,
celebrate this? No, the answer is no because
People do not have pride in
yeah,
the same.
exactly. Because we have been talking about how we hope leaders can make Swahili of which it was a purpose for Magufuli. I think so.
Mm,
While
mm,
African countries can come and get to learn Swahili or rather be able to engage Swahili,
mm,
but we still, as I see, we have the part where the Mzungu is trying to
mm,
talk in English. That
mm.
is the thing. You talk in French. That is what you need to learn. And
What I have realized is that when people speak in foreign languages, they think they are very much sophisticated.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, if you find someone on the streets, talking in Swahili, sorry, talking in French or talking in English, they think when they talk the colonizers' language, that makes them more sophisticated. Whereas that is nowhere even closer to the truth. If we did have pride in our own African languages, then we would be able to move much more further ahead, because we can also be able to have an understanding amongst ourselves. Because having your own language and speaking in your own language connects you back, or it keeps you grounded or rooted. It connects you much better with your own people and your own culture, and therefore I think here on the black market it's a very very important for the family to have an African language that you can them at the understanding. Should you have German, we did have a little bit of an understanding of the local language, which is actually a positive and a good thing at the end of the day. But nonetheless, family, we shall be taking a short music break. When we come back together, we shall be telling you a little bit more about what is happening and why perhaps Swahili stands out more than all these other different languages spoken on the continent. First and foremost, it's spoken on the East African part or the East African coast. Countries such as Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and even Burundi. You will have many Swahili speakers, over 100 million Swahili speakers on the continent, and the number also keeps on going higher as the interest for the language keeps on growing. This is a Black Hot Fan Network Rhythm Scoop Show. We shall be taking a short music break. African continent in terms of art, culture, and entertainment. In the studio, we do have Kate and Zobi, who are my co-hosts on the show, and I hope that you get to learn a thing or two. Brother, you're asking. I don't know if it's a brother or it's a sister. You're asking question. What language would be the most dominant and could be used throughout the continent of Africa? I would simply say that will be Swahili. That will be Swahili. Some people like to call it Kiswahili. But this is bad by the one and only Josephine. I hope that you enjoy the vibes right here with the Rhythm Scoop Show. Till when it comes back.
Never know, say I am the sweetest man in the world.
And that is a beautiful song all the way from Nigeria. She goes by the name Josephine, and she is actually representing for Network Media for the first century. And I'm glad that you are with us. You have taken your time, just to tune in and just find out what's good, just catch up with what's happening with the continent. And of course, Gold Professor, thank you so much, Sister Michelle, and also Keith for joining us on the platform. Keith, how are you doing?
I'm good. What's up with
Not
the
sure whether
internet?
Keith can
Like,
hear me.
yeah, I might be in
But
a
I
bad
also do
area.
see
Can
Jerome
you hear
Mosquito.
me?
Afternoon. I hope that you are doing well. We can still not get. Yeah,
I might be in a
I
bad area. Can you hear me?
can hear you now. I'm saying we're still not able to fix that issue with the connectivity from the Mivo. It's giving us yeah, I do hear you now.
Yeah, it's got to be the damn internet.
Are you asking now what?
Yeah, it's got to be the internet. The internet's been real bad lately.
Mm.
Yeah, the
You
internet
was,
in the studio been real bad lately. That's why
mm.
we got to get out
But
of there.
I was we were just trying to.
But
Yeah, we definitely need to get out of here and get a better spot, a better studio. But General Mosquito, thank you so much. Welcome to join us on the show. You send a good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. I hope that everything is well for you in the UK. Today we are discussing different issues that have to do with the adoption of Swahili on the continent. We always keep on saying that we need to bring our people back together, and using one common language, we can be able to inspire a sense of, Afrocentrism, an Afrocentric, have a collective African consciousness, really by having a language that we can all get used as an African people. So the 7th of July, the United Nations, the UNESCO have actually picked. We all know who runs the UN, and we know that the Rothschild and the Rockefeller do get to control this particular one. But of course, we have been asking the same question that our Gold Professor was asking: which language can be adopted? And the answer is right here, as Katie was also getting to tell it. It's Swahili.
It is Swahili, but it is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
It is going to be difficult. We have the African nations.
Mm.
Let's start just by where, if I go to Tanzania, I'm gonna be called, a foreigner. Like I've spoken about this, where there was this particular lady, but or rather at large. Even if a Nigerian came to Kenya, we call them foreigners, right? Because they're coming from another country. That is one of the things that has divided us as Africans. One. And the second thing is that everyone has grown up with their own tribe. We have like tribalism also. We have tribalism, which makes it even harder. Let's say for like some people you are in the rural area, it is hard for you to understand what is happening in the city, but leave alone even the city. Swahili at large, we've seen, as I told you earlier, like we've seen, if you listen to someone maybe from Nigeria or maybe from Ghana, there's a word they'll say, which is a Swahili word, and you'll understand because you know Swahili. But for them, it means this as a local language or rather as an African language. It will unify us. It is a one way of uniting us. But again, remember the Rothschild and the Rockefellers are fighting this. That is one thing we need you to understand.
Okay, I understand that, but
everybody is always.
sometimes
Oh, go ahead, Katie.
it's not up to them. If we come and embrace our
Leader.
Yeah, I'm saying that we say this is our language and we embrace it. Where will they lead us? But sometimes, yeah,
We which leaders,
What
yeah?
what I
doesn't
would
matter.
say,
It's
what I would say, for example, like if you met up with a Ghanaian or with a Nigerian or with a South African, but they are speaking fluent Swahili, you not even really know that they are not from Kenya. You not really know that they are not from
Sure
your own
wouldn't.
country, and you wouldn't know, because if they are speaking that Swahili language fluently, that would remove that kind of a negativity where people think, oh, these are Nigerian, these are South African, these is a Burundian, these is a Rwandese, this is a Malian.
And
If they
ain't
were
that
speaking the
funny?
same language as you,
We're naming
they are.
ourselves after all European colonies. This is a Cameroonian. This is
Mm,
a Nigerian. This is a Ghanaian. This is South Africa.
mm,
That's all white people made up shit. And people go back to Swahili,
mm,
which is one of the most ancient language on the continent. That's why it's still the biggest African language on the
mm,
continent, because it's one of the original African
mm,
language coming out of the Medu Neter. That
mm,
Africans should adopt that before they start becoming all these
mm,
goopy tribes. So it would unite them in a commonality of language where there's not a bunch of confusion going on.
mm.
I think it's an absolute
In
must.
in
Go ahead.
mm.
Go ahead, Spikes.
No, I'm saying in the previous years there was an effort by the former president of Tanzania. In the previous
Yeah,
years, there was an effort by
Magufuli.
the former president of Tanzania. He was known as a John Kapombe Magufuli. He was the one who was introducing the necessity or the need for the adoption of Swahili, even
Well,
in
he was
southern
a pan.
African
He's a
countries.
real
You
Pan
remember he did have
Africanist.
a
He wasn't a
conference
puppet.
at the SADC, which is the southern.
Remember, remember, he was a Pan African. He wasn't a puppet. He
He,
considers himself
mm,
Tanzanian. He considered himself African. They were
mm,
African people. I'm African,
mm,
not Tanzanian. I'm African.
mm.
So he believed that all African people should be able
And
to
he actually,
communicate. Oh, go ahead, Spikes.
yeah. No, I'm saying he went to the SADC, which is Southern African Development Cooperation Conference, and he was telling them of the need for them to adopt Swahili as the official language when conducting these conferences. And also, these conferences brought together Southern African countries such as Namibia, Botswana, Mozambique. We also do
And
have
he's right.
Lesotho,
I think
Swatini.
I
Yeah.
think South Africa has started that. South Africa has at least started to implement. He's right. Absolutely right. You
Mm,
shouldn't be speaking French or English as the main language in Africa.
mm,
Should be Swahili. Period.
mm.
Which ain't it funny? Swahili's
I agree. So
older
this is actually a
than
good step for
English.
that.
Ain't it funny? Like
Mm,
I told you, Swahili's older than French by thousands of years, older than
mm,
English by thousands of years, to let you know that language came out of Africa
mm.
first, not from Europe to Africa. And you got a goopy moron who come to look at me. I went to Europe and I went to America and I learned to speak English. So damn you Negroes, I'm speaking French
Mm,
or I'm speaking English. Shut up, moron.
mm.
You know the languages came out of
They
Africa,
say
you
it's
moron.
sophistication. They say,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, you're a
They say it's
sophisticated
sophistication.
moron.
If you come back from the States or if you come back from Europe and you speak in their language, you're sophisticated. You're sophisticated. You're better than anyone else who's speaking in their own
You're a
African language.
sophisticated
You
moron.
will be looking down upon them and thinking, why are these people backwards speaking in their own speaking in their own African language? But I do hope that people do get to embrace the need of having these languages. And I was saying, if we did have brothers from Cameroon speaking in Swahili, we did have brothers from Sudan speaking in Swahili, and have over a billion Swahili speakers, then these would actually mean that everyone else will be forced to also come on board and another language.
This is what I
But now
told you.
you'll have
Remember
people
what
in Zambia say,
oh,
no, we want to start having
oh,
Mandalay.
Spikes.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
what I told you. That's why they had to do the you know what. I said by
Mm,
2050, the African would be given power
mm,
either by force or peaceably. I
mm,
told you by 2050, I said eat right, stay alive. I told the African will.
mm.
Damn. Hold on. Hold on. Back in.
It's all right. I
I said
was
the
just saying that
African
what is happening in some countries,
will be take over power
Yeah.
no matter what by 2050. He'll
Yeah.
be given power peaceably or take it by force. That's what they're trying to stop.
Mm.
Well, I gotta go out and come back in. Somebody call my damn phone.
But we do have, it's all right. We do have some traitors on the continent. I would call them traitors because you will find them now trying to proliferate the language of the enemies. You will find, for example, in Zambia, they're talking about introducing a Mandarin in their schools, but that would make it even easier for the Chinese take over in Zambia. So instead of having to adopt to introduce any kind of a Chinese language, they should be focused on introducing Swahili, because Swahili will enable people connect more easily with their fellow kin on the continent. Even in Zimbabwe, I believe the same should be done in Zimbabwe as well, where we would have people also being allowed to speak in Swahili, so they can be able to connect better with the family from Zambia, or connect better with the family from South Africa, or even connect better with
Okay, hear me now,
Eswatini or
Spike?
Swaziland, or Botswana, or all these different Southern African countries. But I do hope that people, I do hope that the effort becomes much more easier in the adoption of the language. I know Swahili is even older than the Arabic language, but you will find many people in Sudan, not bothered with Swahili. They want to speak in the Arabic language. Also, go to the northern part of Africa, you will find that the Arabic language being spoken widely in Egypt,
I don't give a
being
damn
spoken.
about no damn Arab speaking no fucking Swahili. That language is given to them with the religion. You act like what? Give a fuck about no enemy speaking Swahili. You out your rabbit ass mind? Stop acting
They,
like these people because they're in Africa. These
I
are
was,
our friends. These are,
uh,
I will wait. These, let's get this clear. These are
mm,
invaders to
mm,
Africa. Those people
mm,
in Egypt,
mm,
Libya, Algeria, Morocco are fucking invaders. And
mm,
in 2050, they will be dealt with.
mm,
They're going to get their ass off the
mm,
African continent. You can bet that.
mm,
Ancestors already
mm,
said it. By 2050, all those people are going to get wiped the fuck out.
mm. You're gonna go.
Those African
They're
lands, those
gonna.
people sitting on.
Mm. But I was saying, even in Sudan itself, you do find the proliferation of the Arabic language. In Sudan, a lot of the
Of
Sudanese
course,
people do speak in the Arabic
because they're
language.
Muslims, Spike. They crave
Yeah.
the language with the goofy religion. So of course,
Mm,
they're
mm.
going to speak
But
Arabic because they're Muslims. What do you
uh,
expect them to do?
Kid, you remember me asking you if Islam is a religion or a tribe, and that's where I got the confusion.
Yeah, that was
whether the
funny.
Arabic, there,
No.
was
It's a religion,
which,
Kate. It's like
mm,
Christianity. It's like somebody ask you, is Christianity a tribe or a religion? It's a religion, Katie. It actually comes,
anyhow,
and the
family.
funny part about it,
Yeah,
oh, Spike, and the funny
yeah.
part about it, Katie, it's another made up lie that comes out of the, it's another made up lie that comes out of the Christian lie because they couldn't get the white Arab to accept the Jesus myth. What Arab who couldn't read or write said, nah, we're not going to accept nobody being no man, being no God. We're not going to accept that shit. So they said, okay, let's see, how can we get this dumbass white Arab to accept it? So what we'll do is we'll say, okay, Jesus is now a prophet. He's not a God. He's a prophet. And
Mm,
your main and your number one prophet is Islamic motherfucker named Muhammad. That's how they got
mm,
the religion. Damn, something
mm.
set them up. Damn, stupid.
And General Mosquito, I would like to know. General Mosquito had been making an effort to learn some Swahili, so I would like to applaud you for that. General
Yeah.
Mosquito, I have seen him put in some of the comments right here on the broadcast in Swahili. The same with Brother Haki Sankofa, who also changed, I believe he changed his name into a Swahili name. I have also seen some of the family put in some effort. Sister Nish also, trying her Swahili out. And we also do have Samuel also trying his Swahili out. So it means that even the family outside in the diaspora also do have an interest in the same. Like you said, Zero Mosquito, are you able to speak in Akan? Because I do see in Ghana, the most spoken language, the widely spoken language in Ghana is Akan. So I would like to try here General Mosquito speaking Akan. speak in Swahili or speak in Akan. Personally, I do not know of any Akan speakers. I do not even know of Akan sources, but I am fluent in Swahili, and next year we shall be embarking on the journey of learning Swahili on the Blackwood Fan Network again, so that we can have our people also connected back to the roots. Go on, Keith. I think I lost your audio. If you can hear me, do let me know. And if not, I think you might have to get out and come back again in the stream. That will make it easier for you to hear me. But apart from that, family, we do hope that you are doing well. Remember, you can get to interact with us on our social media platforms. We are on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. When you are on there, make sure you can drop us a comment. General Mosquito, you're saying, I speak Twai and English. Okay, I didn't know about the Twai language, but I do hope that we can also hear you speak some Twai sometime. Twai, the Akan, which is also known as Akan Kasa, or Akan speak a dialect of the Akan language spoken in southern and central Ghana by several million people. I think yes, Swahili might be spoken widely than the Akan or the Twai. It's spoken widely by many more people. Nonetheless, we do also have some more interesting updates and news by Kit and Joby.
Yeah, and I'll take you. Okay, I have a question. Do you think that digitization is a way of creating employment in our African continent? Because sometimes this digitization is where you see their robots introduced, and they work, they provide labor where people could manpower labor could be used, and this eliminates people or makes work easier. It makes work easier, but it is a way of increasing unemployment here in our African countries. So, family, do you think that job? I told because some of these things like robots, they come and replace the labor that the skills of a human being that was working there. Then so I don't know how you see that.
I think that the opportunity in digitalization is great because right now people, since the COVID actually the pandemic was introduced, or it struck. Many people have moved from getting to work. People have taken their businesses online, and I think this is one of the ways in which we can see digitization actually maybe perhaps creating opportunities for people who are able to access the internet and also work online. That is my understanding of it. But when it comes to the continent of Africa, we still have a very, very long way to go. Not many people are also able to access these resources like the computers, and also access tools like the internet, the hardware, the software, and all these different necessities for anyone to be able to engage or to be able we're talking about on the continent. For most African countries, the cost of internet is very, very high. We need to get there. We need to make sure that on the African continent, the cost of internet is coming down. We need to make sure that the accessibility to things like
why the African internet is high on the continent. Can you hear me? You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I do hear you.
I'm in a bad area. All right, I'm in a bad area going through Alabama. Understanding the African internet is so high in Africa because it's to make sure Africans don't unite and stay ignorant. That's the reason. The reason why Africa's internet is higher than anywhere on the country. I mean, anywhere on the planet. It doesn't even make any sense to be the poorest place on the planet and the internet's the highest, because that's on purpose, to make sure the African does not get to know who he is, that doesn't have access to information, and can't unite with other Africans. Because the goal is to always keep Africans divided and ignorant. The ideal, the internet is shit. The internet I pay at the studio is higher than the shit I pay at my house. Go ahead, Spike. You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me, Spike? You
Yeah, I
hear
can
me?
hear.
Okay. The internet I pay at the studio is higher than the internet I pay at the house. And my internet at the house is unlimited. There's no, well, in a couple of days we'll cut you off if you don't got, if you use this many megabytes or whatever that shit's called. It's unlimited. There's no unlimited plans nowhere in Africa.
Yeah.
Nowhere. Well, see, my phone, I can watch as many videos, as much information as I want. All month long, and the bill is the same. It hasn't, I don't, like, I got to get bundles and all this goofy shit. There are no bundles. When I pay my bill, my internet is unlimited. All the streaming, everything I want until the next month bill is due. You don't got that in Africa. Go ahead, Spike.
Not any good. No, I'm saying in Africa, the cost of internet is very, very high.
Yeah.
And also the connectivity is not so good. That is why even people might shy from investing on the continent when it comes to digital businesses. But if the infrastructure was put in place, proper infrastructure was put in place, and the cost of the same going down, then perhaps you would have more people engaged in businesses that are digitally based, and therefore we would have employment, like Katie was asking.
Who's going to own it?
Earlier, whether
who's going to own it? All the internet's on. Yeah. But listen, when they build shit, these corrupt politicians, that white people or Indians own the shit. The Kenyans don't own no internet in Kenya. That's either owned by the crackers, the Caucasian, or the Indians. That don't even make any sense. The government could have built their own internet and made sure Africans own it. Why have they? Just like the water going to that region Katie's talking about. Because these goofy Negroes are told you bet not do it. You weak ass bastards bet not do it. We're gonna own it. We're gonna control it. And you niggas will get a little stipend of it, but that's it. You won't own nothing. Why the damn thing so high in Africa and the internet's horrible. We can't even understand the cost. Like what? How much is this? But the internet's bad. Yeah, we know it's bad, but this is the cost. So what? You're like, what? See, Joby thinks it's the sound in the studio. No, it's the internet. Internet is bad. The internet. Internet is bad. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. It might be me. Yeah, they're going to come after that. I think they froze. Did I freeze or did they freeze? Oh, that was them. I thought it was them. I didn't think it was me this time. Yeah, the wicked ones will come. They will come, Robert. You're exactly right. You have to be willing to fight. Either you fight or you stay on the bottom. Those are the options. African can always be a coward. And be cut out of resources that come from the continent. There is. And have other people own and control the wealth and power of the continent. And get their hands and give crumbs to the I think they're back. I think he made it back.
Yeah,
You hear
and
me,
I was
Coach?
getting. Yeah, I do hear you.
Okay. Like I'm saying,
Hmm.
the thing why we have this thing going on the planet now, I told Spikes years ago, the African was having a baby boom. No matter how moronic the African is, he's the youngest on the planet. In about 2050, he's going to be 4 to 5 billion people. So even just out of a billion, that's wise. They're going to take back the planet. So the African will yield power. And so I said they were going to have to make their move by doing the you know what. And that's what this is about. And these moronic ass puppets are going to have to be taken out and shot in the head. From Kenyatta to Buhari to Ramaphosa to whoever. To Kofi Adada Dudu, whatever that goofy nigga name is over in Ghana.
I do.
you always say his name funny to be funny.
You're speaking ill against General Mosquito's president.
General Mosquito know he's a puppet shit. Talking about president my ass. He's nothing but a manager. There are no presidents in Africa. The last president died. Named Magufuli. All you got is managers of white power. There are no presidents in Africa. Maybe Army Ahmed. Shout out to the Africans around the world who know what's going on. They've been protesting. They know that this is to destroy Ethiopia and to make sure the Africans do not rise. The African is waking up. I see protests in Europe and America about America trying to come in and be slick. We want to help Ethiopia by putting our military in Ethiopia. You out your fucking mind. The white man never wants to help anybody black. It's about imperialism, breaking up Ethiopia, and make sure it does not rise as a manufacturing power. It's not about no damn help. And people know that now, finally. Understand what's going on. Go ahead, Spikes.
I'm saying it's because Ethiopia will be able to do good by its people, provide jobs for its people, get industrialized, and even put all the sappers in other
How about that, Spikes? That was exactly. And that's a no-no. That's a no-no because the Africans supposed to be kept in abject poverty and ignorance. They're supposed to be impoverished and ignorant. So I told you there was going to be a war coming. I said, look, Spikes, they're going to unstabilize Ethiopia for building this dam. I told you they were going to do that. And that's what they're doing. That if you know your enemy, you know his damn modus operandi, what he does. Any African country actually wants to help its people, they're coming for you.
But you remember there was a meeting conducted in the White House by Donald Trump, having the Ethiopians and the Egyptians and also the Sudanese
and what they tell them, we side with the damn, we side with the fake invaded Egyptians who are not even fucking Egyptians. These goddamn Turkmen. They're not even Egyptians. I don't even like calling these crackers no Egyptians. But anyway, these invaded Turkmen, of course I told you they were going to rule with him. And Abiy Ahmed was smart, said, I don't want to buy the UN or America. Because I told you, white people get on cold against us. They know they are our natural enemy. They always have been. It's the dumbass African who doesn't know who his enemies are and doesn't act accordingly. But in 30 years, the wake-up will be already in swing. And you talking about an African coming back on the planet who's not going to hear grandma talking about Jesus or Allah. They're going to be ready to get that work in. And the white man knows this.
Yeah.
No, it's like,
I believe that is why they have also been trying to maintain a system of education that is at the same colonial education system. So
of course.
Be able to think
but you ask yourself, what if you got independence, why didn't they tear down the fake education system there? Because you never had no independence. Who would have an educational system teaching their people lies and they hate themselves all throughout Africa. Same wicked ass educational system of lies.
Yeah. He's a colonizer
Who would
who
do that?
He's a colonizer who had it installed.
Yeah.
And but I was just saying, yes, I agree with Kate. There are opportunities for for the youth online and digitally. If there was the infrastructure, but right now on the continent of Africa,
You don't
there
got the infrastructure.
there is no such infrastructure, and therefore we might be here talking about opportunities and being the digital opportunities being the solution for unemployment on the continent. But how about we first invest in the infrastructure so that from there we can now get the opportunities from these digital platforms, and also manufacturing. We do not have manufacturing bases on the continent. We only have like assembling plants and other different most
you know
countries
why,
economy are
You know why?
we all this has been done by, it's not just by chance. It has been made that way for kind of like Ethiopia that is trying to rise up and become a manufacturing hub. We have seen what's going on.
Okay, Spikes. Let's say, okay. When the African looks at you, all Europe is rich. Yeah, it's rich off the backs of African people. So those manufacturing plants are in Europe. But where do the raw materials come from, Spikes? Where do the materials come from? Do they come from Europe? They come from Africa. Exactly. So, like I said, if Africa gets control of its resource again, everybody becomes impoverished. But the African being loving, he would have shared that with other people. But other people are not like the African. They're created animals, so they're vicious. They'll say, I'm going to take it all. That's what the European will do. That's what the Asian will do. And that's what the East Indian will do. The Africans say, listen, I have an abundance. I will share with you so you won't be poor. They said, nah, fuck that. We want to control and rule and dominate. But we keep, and I told you, there's a sick joy that the African don't even understand how the East Indian, the Europeans, they get a joy in seeing black people impoverished. That brings them joy. Absolute joy. Go ahead, Spikes.
The African thinks like that everyone else is like him, that the African generosity, but everyone else is trying to find the African and get him off the planet. But the African will be thinking that they are being they're just like us. They will be willing to share any kind of things that they get from
they think that as John Henry Clark said, the worst thing the African did is believe the European was like him. He's not like you. The worst thing he's not like you. He's not like you, African. He's vicious. He's wicked. You have no idea how wicked and devilish this no good bastard is. He'll murder your ass off the planet.
The African themselves cannot fathom the evil. The African themselves cannot fathom the evil that is with with them. You're there thinking that everyone else is like you, and they
can't fathom the evil. They can't fathom it, Spikes, because the African is not evil like that. I mean, of course, he's been made almost as evil as the Umzungu in Africa, because he's now immoral. But pure wickedness, African cannot fathom that shit.
And also, we were talking about yesterday about Rosewood and other places on the continent where people have been.
I'm gonna make us watch that movie tomorrow.
And tomorrow is on Thursday. That will be on Friday. And they did not even feel any remorse for that. But nonetheless, family, I want to thank you so much for being with us on the podcast. Atechi Brown, Asante Sana Ndugu, Yose and Familia, Amani to you too. I hope that Atechi Brown, Robert Williams, and Bruno Mosquito and the rest of the family do make an effort to learn a little bit of some Swahili. It might save you. It might help you connect much better with the African people anywhere on the continent. And now, of course, Keith, thank you so much for giving us this platform. And of course, we shall also be inviting people to the Black Hot Fire Network website. It's www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. And let's Keith and Joby have some closing remarks as well.
See you tomorrow at the same time, the same place. This has been the Rhythm Scoop Show. I've been your host, Joby. I sign out.
Yes, thank you to everyone who joined us for today's show. and feel loved over here by us, the Black Watchfire of Africa family. We love you all, and thank you very much for your continued support. For now, we are signing out. I'll be leaving you by these quotes. Always run your day. Don't let the day run you.
And that's what's up, our family. Always run your day. Don't let your day run you. Key, thank you so much for being with us and also your thoughts on Kwaheri.